How's it going, everyone? We're back with a new product review for today. This time we're checking out the Visuo XS809HW. This is a foldable quadcopter and a clone of the Dji Mavic. This was sent to me from the people at RCMoment to check out, review, and give my opinion on. Now, like always, I'm not being paid or sponsored to do this review, but I'm going to tell you honestly what I think, good or bad. There'll also be a link down below in the description if you want to check out more information about it, and I'm going to provide a coupon code to save a few dollars if you decide to purchase one. Now, I'm not going to show the unboxing of this because there are videos of that already, but I'm going to open it up, show you what it comes with. We'll put it in the air and check out the video quality. So let's get started. Alright, now when you open it up, one of the first things you'll see inside is the user manual. Great thing about this is it is in English, so you don't have to worry about translating anything or looking online. Basically tells you how to connect to the Wi-Fi app, tells you how to control it, and all the information about it, how to charge the battery. So it's really great that they included this, and again, it's in English, so that's a plus. It also came with this little bag of tools and gear for the quadcopter. It has the charging cable in here, a set of props, a screwdriver, and some prop guards. So that does come included with it. Alright, next up is the controller. There are quite a few buttons on here, but they are detailed and explained in the manual and online what each of them do. Right here you have a directional pad, which is for trimming it out if it's drifting to one direction. There is a return to home button. There is headless mode, and if you're not sure what that is, that's basically whatever direction the drone is pointing, it will continue flying that direction regardless of the yaw. You can spin it around 360s and it'll keep flying the same direction. Now, these two buttons here are blank, but on the website they do show as a photo and video button, but it is explained that they don't function on this model, that if you want to initiate video or photo, it has to be done through the app. There's an automatic takeoff and land button, and stop, which I believe is to stop the propellers from spinning. Now, if you could tell, the joystick is centered, which means it has altitude hold, so it's similar to having GPS. Now, it's not going to hold its position, in space. It will drift around, but as far as elevation goes, it should try and keep the same elevation. As long as you're not moving the joystick, it'll stay in one place for the most part. This does have the phone holder, which is spring loaded, so it should fit almost any size phone. And on top here, it has speed and flip. There's a low and high rate speed and a flip button for flipping it over. Now, it does take 3 AA batteries, which it didn't come with. I did have to install those myself, but other than that, you just press the button here and it turns on. Alright, last but not least is the drone. Now, as you can see, and I explained, it is a foldable quadcopter. Just by glancing at it, it does look like a clone of the Dji Mavic, but obviously it's not the same build quality or price or anything close to that. But as far as designs go, it is similar in design. And it's very easily folds out. And that's how it looks. I have to say, it is a pretty good looking drone. It's got some nice color accents on here. Very easy to get it ready to fly. Now, the camera on here is a 2 megapixel 720p camera. And it comes with this little stick-on lens protector that you do have to peel off, otherwise the video will be all blurry. There's no gimbal on this, so it's most likely not going to be very great quality video, but you never know. But you can control the camera angle from the app or through the controller. You want to have to move it manually, but it does tilt a little bit. You can see, not a whole lot, but enough to try and pitch it down or have it level. As you can see, there are some LED lights on here, so we'll turn it on. There's 2 green, 2 red ones in the front, and 2 red ones in the back. So this would be pretty good for a nighttime flyer. You'll be able to have good orientation of it and see exactly where it is. Now, it does come with a battery. It slides out in the back here. It says Visuo on it. It's a 3.7 volt 900 milliamp battery, and it's rated to give approximately 10 minutes of flight time. So we'll see how long it lasts realistically when we're flying it. Now, to take photo or video, like I mentioned, it does have to be done through the app. It tells you in here you can go to Google Play Store or the Apple Store to get the app. It's called XSW UFO, and it's a pretty simple, basic app. It just tells you, what the functions are and the photo, video, and allows you to see what the camera sees. So what we're going to do at this time, we're going to charge up the battery and we'll fly it up in the air. One last thing I forgot to mention. Right here behind the power button, there's a little slot that is for a micro SD card. It does not come with one, so you will need to provide your own. I do have one here, so we'll pop it in. But just to mention, it doesn't come with an SD card. You will need to provide your own. It just slides right in there, right in front or behind of the power button, depending on how you're looking at it. But again, this is it. If you want to fold it up, just fold it back in. And it's ready to go. It doesn't come with the case at all. It just comes in the box with a plastic tray that this sits in. You could probably keep it in there if you want to, just so it doesn't get banged up. Or you could probably find a small camera case to fit this in. Alright, now as you can see, I have the drone here on the table. Did have a little trouble getting the app going, but I did find it and figure it out. You do have to connect to the app, which is just called Wi-Fi 720p and a couple numbers. That's what you're going to be looking for when you turn on your Wi-Fi. There is no code you need to enter, but once you connect to that, you go into the app, and I'll show you on the screen here. You're going to hit play, and that's what the camera sees right now, so I do have a connection. I'm going to trim it out a little bit. Just to show you, it is altitude hold. I am able to hold it hands-free and it's maintaining its elevation. Now it is drifting in the wind because there is no GPS, but for the most part it is pretty stable. Now right now I'm going to press the camera button and we should start taking some video. So I'm going to take it up a little bit here. Now hopefully it is recording. I'll put the video on the screen, you can see what it sees. The lights are pretty bright, so you can see it pretty well. Bring it down closer here. One thing I do notice though, it is extremely quiet. I currently have the DJI Spark, and this is much quieter than that, so I do give it 2 thumbs up for that. As far as noise goes, it's very quiet. Now it is drifting. There is a little bit of a breeze out here, but it's able to fight it without much of a problem right now. This is, I believe, low speed. So let me get it in closer here. You do have to keep trimming it, from time to time, just so you want to get it so it's not drifting off too far, too fast. But for the most part, it is pretty stable. I'm just going to get it over here to show you it is hands-free. It is wanting to drift right now, so I'm going to trim it more to the right. Get it closer here. See, for the most part hands-free. There is a breeze coming from behind my back, so what we're going to do now, we're going to press the speed button. Now, let me show you the yaw here real quick. This is the yaw speed. Nothing crazy or drastic. That's full speed head. There is some pitch to it, but nothing significant. I'm going to press the speed button, and you get 2 beeps, and you can see the yaw is much quicker, and the pitch is increased, and you get more speed out of it. So it is good that it does have dual rates. Again, I could see the video here, the props are showing a little bit. You can always adjust the camera down. But the image isn't bad, but it's not smooth like a gimbal footage would be. It's, you know, just sitting there fixed to the body, so you are going to get vibration and probably some jello out of it. Overall, it's not a bad flyer. This is, I say, definitely intended for beginners, even intermediate flyers. The number one drawing point is going to be the portability of it, just because it does fold up. But again, it's not bad at all for what you pay for this. And I believe the price is $49.99. But again, there is a coupon code I'm including in the description, which will even knock some, you know, the price down a little bit lower. And as you can see, it's hovering there on its own. There's no wind right now. I'm not touching the controller, it's just sitting there, for the most part, relatively neutral in space. It's not really going anywhere at all. A slight drift, that's about it. I'm going to bring it down now. I'm going to get close to the camera, give you guys one more look at it. Now I pressed the speed button again. I guess there is 3 speeds to this. It's only advertised as 2 speeds, a high and low rate, but it must be a high, medium, and low rate. So based on how windy it is or how much speed you want out of it, you can adjust it accordingly. Now 1 beep, yeah, that's back to low rate. Let's get up here close to the camera. I'll show you it one more time. I'm going to turn the video off. Now there is, again, return to home function, which I don't know if it will work right now or not. There's an auto land and takeoff button. I don't want to land in the grass because there's not much clearance on it. And there's a stop button, which means it'll stop the props if you're in an emergency and you want to shut them off really quick. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. Everything else is controlled through the app. The app has, let me get it over here. Probably hard to see. Let me land it first and I'll show you that. I'm going to hand catch it here. Breeze underneath it here. We'll see if we can land on the table here, okay? There, not too bad. To land, all you do is hold the throttle button all the way down until the prop stops spinning, and that'll cancel the motors out. Just to show you on here, I'm not going to sure if you'll be able to see it or not, but there's a menu button, photo, video, I believe something with sound, I'm not sure. There's 30%, which I believe is the rates. There's other buttons on here, I'm not sure what they do. I didn't really go into detail with it, but the manual and the website, and even the app has a tutorial to run through to tell you what everything does. But the holder works nice, my phone's secure, you can see it's not going to fall out. It worked pretty good. All you do is take it out and close it up. Alright, I'm going to get back to the table and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Alright, one thing I forgot, I want to show you how you bind the controller to the quadcopter. After you turn it on, you go up and down and you'll get some solid lights on the quadcopter. And to start the props, you hold them both in like that and they start spinning. And if you want to stop them, you hold the throttle all the way down or press the stop button and they stop. Alright, we're back. Now just to confirm, I did make a little mistake. The price is actually $48.99. I originally quoted $49.99, but RCMoment.com has it on their website, $48.99. Again, the link will be down below in the description along with the coupon code, which will knock a few dollars off that. Just to reiterate, this didn't come with a SD card or batteries for the controller, so you do have to provide those for yourself. For the drone itself, I'm going to be honest, it does feel very, I guess you could say, cheaply made. It's very, very lightweight. I want to say maybe 5 ounces at the most. I mean, this is nothing to it at all. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. For travel wise, you're hardly even going to know that you have this. I mean, if you put it in a bag, it's going to feel like carrying around like a couple of ink pens or maybe a tablet, like a notebook tablet. There's no weight to this at all. The downside to that is it's not going to be great on a really windy day. I wouldn't advise flying this if it's a really extremely breezy or windy day. Today, there's a slight breeze, maybe 5 miles per hour at the most. Now, I didn't have trouble fighting that, but it was drifting around. But I imagine on a really windy day, this isn't going to hold too well. It's probably going to want to get pushed away. But again, it does have 3 rates from what I could tell, so the higher rates will help fight the wind better. But my recommendation is don't fly this on a windy day. Number 2 is, these are brushed motors. Obviously for the price you're going to be saving some money with brushed motors instead of brushless. But they are extremely quiet. This is one of the quietest drones I've ever heard. I've flown 2 DJI products, the Phantom and the Spark. I've had mini quadcopters, the little toy ones, the pocket ones, and I've had the SEMA XSC. I've had that before. Those are all toy grade drones. This is probably one of the quietest ones I've ever heard or flown, and I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, once you're up in the air far away, you know, not even that far, a couple hundred feet, you could barely hear it. So it's not going to draw a lot of attention in the air. The other thing I like is that it is black, or like this charcoal color. You know, a lot of the drones out there are white. They kind of blend in with the sky on a bright sunny day. This is very easy to see in the sky. The LEDs do a good job of lighting up. It's obviously still daylight, but I was able to see them from a good distance. Green in front, the 2 red lights almost like eyes, and the red ones on the back. Now, as far as the app goes, the app was a little tricky to get installed. It's easy to, I should say, it's easy to install, but as far as getting it set up to use with the drone, that was a little tricky. Just because you have to have the controller on first. This provides the Wi-Fi signal, so if this isn't on, you won't get the signal, and it comes up on there on your phone. You just click on it or press it, and it'll connect automatically. You go into the app, press play, and it'll show the screen on there. Now, there's other options in the app again to show you what all the functions do. I didn't go through that because I don't need to right now. I'm just making sure it works okay. You guys are going to be able to know before I am as far as video quality. Hopefully it did record. I will link it up to the video so you guys can see it as I was flying it, but I'll check it out myself. I'll let you know. As far as I can tell though, through the phone, you know, when the camera is angled straight ahead, you can see the props when you're pitched forward. When you're just hovering or, you know, coming down, you don't see them, but again, you can tilt the camera down further if you need to. On the screen itself, the image was pretty clear. It is 720p, 2 megapixels, but it definitely was shaky. It's not going to be anything like a DJI product, but it's not meant to be. This is for beginners, even intermediate flyers, just as something fun to fly around. It is great that it has altitude hold, so it's not going to keep going up and down too much. It's going to maintain its height for the most part, but again, as you saw with the wind, it is going to drift around, so you do have to keep fighting that. I didn't attempt return to home or auto land just because I didn't want it to land in the grass and ruin anything. I don't have any reason to believe that it doesn't work, but again, I didn't try that yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. It is fun to fly, it is quiet, but it's only 1 battery. It says the last 10 minutes I flew for about 6 to 8 minutes, and as far as I could tell, it wasn't ready to come down yet, so it probably could get close to, I'd say, 9 to 10 minutes on a full charge. It does take roughly an hour to charge up though, All you do is plug it into the USB port on a computer or a wall outlet and plug in the micro USB port to the battery, and there's a little light that lights up on the plug, and once that goes out, it's fully charged. But all in all, it's not a bad drone at all. Again, if you're a first-time flyer or just want something cheap that you're not worried about breaking it, I definitely recommend getting this. If you're looking for something for video quality and for filming, you don't want this. It's not intended for that. This is just, the camera's on there basically just for fun, just so you can see what it's pointing at. Maybe you could take a couple fun snapshots with it, get some quick video, but it's not intended to be a camera bird. It's more of a sport flyer, especially with the 3 rates. It does have a decent amount of pitch and speed to it, and the yaw speed is pretty impressive. I didn't try the flip function just because I didn't want it to flip and hit anything. I've had drones before that do have flip functions. I'm not a big fan of trying them just because it does put more stress on the motors, and brushed motors don't last typically as long as brushless. But I think I did enough ranting for now, but let me know what you guys think below. Again, it's from RCMoment, $48.99 with a coupon for a few dollars off. If you want to pick one up, just look down below in that description for the link. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more review videos like this, hit the like button, and if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe, click the bell to be notified of new videos. And this is the review of the Visuo XS809HW. We'll see you next time. Alright, now I did go ahead and pull the footage from the SD card, and I do have to say I'm not impressed with the video quality. It is very shaky and jello-y, and it's just a lot of vibration, and it's hard to even see anything clear. Now you're able to depict what you're looking at, obviously, but the image that I saw on my phone compared to what's actually being recorded is completely different. So video quality, I have to give it a thumbs down. I think it could do a much better job than what they did with this. I think they put more engineering into the actual motors and the drone itself than the actual camera. So for this, I have to say, definitely not useful for videotaping. Snapshots I didn't try, but I don't think they're going to be much better. But again, this isn't a camera bird. It is just for flying around for fun. But just be forewarned, as you'll see with the video quality, it's not made for capturing anything special other than just seeing where you're going and what it's pointing at. So just want to throw that in there.